Um, a little introduction about this presentation. The name is Ultimate Marketing, and it's called Ultimate Marketing because it's supposed to be all the knowledge required for anyone to create a successful business in any area. It sounds really bold, right? Even arrogant, but the point is this: I have been studying marketing since 2011. Before that, I was working I created a career in IT as a system analyst and infrastructure specialist. And I grew tired of the corporate world, and I wanted to do anything that would give me more freedom. Freedom of location and especially freedom of time, because I don't like to wake at the same time every day, you know. And yes, so I thought about the possibilities, and I decided, well, I need to have my own business. So that's why I started to study business, marketing, and then I get special interested in marketing, especially because the psychological roots that marketing has. I really love to understand human behavior, and it's really interesting. And also because when I started to study marketing, I realized that I have been doing marketing all my life. Because I came from the countryside of Brazil, and I dropped out of university, and I moved to Rio de Janeiro, which is a big city, just because I wanted to work with IT, and there was not many opportunities in my state, right? But I moved to Rio de Janeiro without friends, without family, without a guaranteed job, anything. And I had no degree because I dropped out of university. And I made my career. And I even had some situations in which I was hired, and I hired to work in a team with two other guys. And these two other guys had graduation, post-graduation. They were working on the company for 2 years, and I started with a bigger salary than them, right? And then why? I started to think about how is it possible, right? What makes the difference? I'd say this should not be possible, right? It's unfair. They have been studying for it. They studied. They got a degree. They got a post-graduation degree, and they are working here in the company. They should have been earning a bigger salary, but I have a bigger salary than them. And that's when I started to identify the importance of marketing, because that's what I have been doing. Marketing. I was marketing myself better than them. So during the years, I realized that this is a knowledge that the majority of the population lack. They don't know marketing, and we are told this lie that we only need to work hard and to study and you will be successful, and this is a lie. This is not enough, right? It's not that to be successful you need to be lazy. No, you need to work hard. You need to study, but that's not everything, right? You need to know how to market yourself and your business, and if you don't do it, it's not going to work, right? But then when I started to study marketing and everything, I realized that there is a whole industry in marketing that they only teach you the secret, the formula, the system. Like here is the script. Follow this script and you're gonna be rich. You're gonna be successful. You're gonna sell like crazy, right? Actionable steps. No, so you just go on Facebook, create a page like this, and then you publish posts like this, and then you create a pop-up, blah, blah, blah. Follow this formula, and it's going to work. And at first, I followed this. I started to study all these techniques, these formulas. Learn how to say no to what doesn't work for a business. It's more important than to say yes, right? Because I have seen a lot of this. For example, web developers, people who create websites. They start to promote their services. They get a lot of gigs, a lot of orders from people who want to pay too little, right? They don't want to pay much. And so you take the order because you need money, right? And then you take the order, you need money, but you know you're not being paid enough, so you do as quickly as you can, and normally that means that you create a shitty work, right? And now you're busy, because to make enough money, you need to create hundreds of websites, right? You never have time to improve yourself, you never have time to promote yourself better, you never have time to find better customers, and also you are creating only shitty work that you cannot promote. You cannot say, hey, look my work. No, you will not do this because it's shit, right? Because you're not being paid, so say, oh, okay, I'm not being paid, so I'll do this shitty work. So what would work for this person? Say no at first. No, man. If I'm desperate for money, I will get a job at McDonald's and build websites during the night. It's better, because then you have the opportunity to create only good work, even if you're not paid enough, but you are doing good work that you can show. Look, this is what I do, right? Because once you deliver the work, let's say you create a really awesome website for $50, like slave work, but it's awesome. If someone else, hey, do websites? Yes, this is a website I do. Whoa, it's awesome, man. How much do you charge? $1,000. He doesn't know that you did this for 50, right? You can say whatever you want. So that's the point. So it's important to identify who's the right customer, and then you say no to everyone else, right? So in this presentation, I will try to lead you through this process, how to identify and to attract the right customer while saying no to the wrong customers in the process. So when you are doing marketing, it's all about, okay, what do I want my customers do? Because it doesn't exist something like, I want people to buy from me, but it doesn't happen one step. Selling is not a one-step event, right? First you need people to want what you do, right? You cannot approach anyone and say, hey, do you want wedding photos? Oh, but I'm not even engaged, right? It's not like this. So first, people need to desire, to want to have photographies. Then they need to know your work. Then they need to believe that you are a better option than other photographers. And then they need to agree to pay your price. So it's a process. And the same as you. What do you need people, the people and dance companies? What are all the steps they need to take until they finally close a deal for you? What people need to do before they hire you as a web designer? There's a series of steps, right? You will not just go away and talk. Hey, hello, I'm a web designer. Do you need a website? Right? So it's not. And then you have the second aspect of marketing. Because the first aspect of marketing, you take people to take the actions you need. Then they bought, right? You sold to them. You made your money. Then the sale, their experience must be good, because after you are out, after you're done, they will have something to say about you. And this is the results marketing. What's the marketing of your result? What's the resulting marketing? The end marketing. Like, for example, so I know I'm not being so clear right now. So first marketing is what you do, so people will do what you want. Second marketing is what people will say about you when you're not there. Okay, so what your customers tell about you. This is hard because they don't say this when you're there, of course. Hey, what, do you like your photos? They'll say, oh yeah, sure.
I do ask them to say.
Yeah.
Leave me a testimonial.
Yeah, leave a testimonial. It's a good thing. That's right. The testimonial is the end marketing, because you can be really effective. Like, for example, you create a book, and a nice cover, a nice title, nice description. People buy, and they hate it. So yeah, your first marketing was successful. You get people to buy your book, great. But your second marketing is a failure, because they are saying bad stuff about you. Oh, this book is shit. This book is awful, blah, 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 blah. If is a standard, if the majority of people are saying bad things about you, you're going to fail. Eventually, you're not going to sell. So that's the secret. We always use as an example Apple, right? Why Apple is successful? Because people who buy Apple devices, they like it, right? It works. It's really cool. That's what people say. No, man, it's amazing. I used a Windows laptop before, and then I switched it to a Mac, and it's so much better, right? This is the result marketing. This is not Apple that's saying this. Apple can only lead you to buy the product, but after that, it's all with the customer. And this was the reason why Steve Jobs was considered a genius, because he was obsessed with the user experience. How users will feel when they use my product. When they use Apple products, they need to have a good experience, because then they will say good things about it. When you deliver a website, you are a web developer, you deliver a website, your customers will be proud to show everyone their website. Because if they are not proud, if you create a simple website just because they are paying you little money, they will not be proud of showing your website, right? So that's the point. You need to think, no, okay, I'm not being paid enough, but I'm doing just because I'm just starting. I don't, whatever. If you agree to do your job for little money, deliver more than what you were paid. Because then people can say, look, man, look my fucking website. It's so awesome, right? And then people will know your job, will know your work. You can never deliver some work that you're not proud of. It's not going to work. Your result marketing, it's not going to be good, right? So now I asked it in the first here, what business are you in, right? And you told photography, web designer, students, filmmaking. And we need to remember this. There is only 3 things that we should be doing in any business. Number 1 is working, right? You close the deal, you need to work. You need to do the work because you were hired to do it. But you are not working all the time. So during the time that is remaining, you will, number 1, improving your work, of course, because you need to learn the new photography techniques, new equipments. You need to learn about new technology on web development, CSS, HTML, Ruby, and whatever, right? CEO but then during all the other time, you need to be doing marketing of your business. Have you ever heard that if you don't get a job, if you don't have a job, your job is to find a job? Yeah, if you're not working, your job is to get work, right? And how do you get work? By doing marketing. So you are either working or you are marketing your business, going after. If you are like that, oh man, today there's no job to do. You're doing wrong. Okay, you don't have customers, but then you should be going after customers. And not only, and sometimes you need to think. Sometimes you need to just work. Just do stuff, okay? But you need to remember this. If I'm not working, my work is to market my business. That's it. We all are in the marketing business. Think about it. Okay, you're a photographer, but are you in the photography business? No, you are in the marketing of photography business. Your work is to convince people that they need to hire you. This is your job, okay? Because just if you are a really big company, you will not be able to do all the work. You will hire other photographers. So it's not you, it's not your work that's the difference. It's the marketing that matters. And that's what you want. Do you want to open other stores in other countries? You're not going to be the photographer there. You have employees, right? So your work, it's a commodity other people can do, right? Of course, there are some work that's so specialized that not a commodity, but that's the kind of work that you charge billions, millions, whatever. okay? But the majority of us, web development, is a commodity. You can hire a team of web. Do you know Jack Ma from China? No? Well, Jack Ma from China, he launched his online business, Alibaba, who connects stores with people. So people go online and you can choose the product, and then there is, I don't know, hundreds of people who can buy from, right? So yeah, just connecting online stores with people. So yeah, when he put this business on the market, on the stock, he earned 25 billions, right? So yeah, it's Chinese billionaire. And he made his fortune on the internet, and he never created any website, and he never sold a single thing online. And he's a billionaire in the online business market. What he did? He hired people who knew how to do the stuff. What's the difference? What Jack Ma knew? He knew how to sell stuff, right? He started as a web designer. Did you know that? Jack Ma started with a web designing company. No, but he was not a web designer. He never created any website. He hired web designers, and then he sold. Hey, man, do you want a website? I can do a website for you. And then he got the job. He paid some commission to his web designers, right? And he got the money for him. So, you know, you do understand this. It's not the work. It's not the work that's the point. The work you can hire people to do. If you had in one day 100 requests of people paying high prices to do the work, you'd say, oh man, sorry, I cannot do it. Of course not. You just go on Fiverr and you hire SEO people to do the job for you, right? So this is the point. You are in the marketing business, not the work, not photography, it's not web designing, it's not SEO business. You're in the marketing business, to market your business to other people. And okay, if you need to market your business, you need to understand what people buy. We are led to believe that people buy stuff, like, oh, people buy websites, people buy stocks or investments, people buy photographies, people buy SEO, okay, people buy online stores, people buy movies, people buy films. But people don't buy this. What people buy is transformation. People buy transformation. They are here, and they want to be here. And then you say, hey, my product can bring you from here to there. I'll say, oh, cool, I want it. This is what people buy. So I have here some example that I would like to show you. Unfortunately, I don't have the Wi-Fi. No, the projector, yes. But I think in full screen you'll be able to see. Here, look at this.
I don't believe in less. I go all the way.
Can you see it?
And you can see it in my stride. If good conduct makes a man, it makes me the man of today. A man will never run. Stay noble, I say. I am a man. More than the grip of a good handshake and a job well done. Diligence and dedication is what I live from day to day. And you can see it in my deeds. Be true to yourself, I say. Makes me a man of success. Makes me the man of today. Boss bottled. Fragrance for men.
Is this the guy from Sparta?
Yeah, Jared Butler. Okay,
So all guys want to be
so this is an advertisement for perfume, right?
yeah.
Fragrance for men. What did he say about the perfume?
Nothing.
Nothing, not a single thing. They never talk anything about fragrance in perfume? Are they selling in this specific commercial? Be a real man. Be like Jared Butler. If you use Boss Bottle, you'll be like Jared Butler. You'll be awesome, you'll be handsome, you'll be successful. Blah, blah, blah. That's it. They're not saying this, but this is the message. This is how you feel. You look at this commercial and say, oh man, I would like to be like Jared Butler. And then there is the symbol. They present you, Boss Bottle, as the symbol of success. right? If you use Boss Bottle, you will relate, you connect yourself with this image of success. And you say, oh, but this is stupid. Yeah, it is stupid, but people only buy because of this. If you pay attention in the last iPhone advertisement, they were just showing a really awesome photography, and then at the bottom writing, picture taken by iPhone. That's it. This is their advertisement. So what are they selling? Oh, are you tired of taking shitty pictures? With iPhone, you can take pictures like this. That's the message. It's a transformation. Oh, my current situation, I take shitty pictures. The other state, I take awesome pictures. iPhone makes the transformation. I want the iPhone. And also, speaking about iPhone, a lot of people buy iPhone just because it's gonna make them looks richer, right? And in Brazil, there are people who actually lend iPhone. But people borrow and pay like one night 100 reais, Brazilian reais, just to go to the nightclubs. Yeah, I have an iPhone. Yeah, it works because it is a symbol of status, right? And people will pay for it. So a lot of times, most of the times, we get stuck in our business because we try to promote the stuff, and people don't want to buy stuff. They want to buy the transformation, okay? From an undesired reality to a desired reality. So when you are advertising, we're talking about your stuff. You need to describe how bad their current situation is and how awesome the future, the possible situation is. And then at the end you just say, I can bring you from here to there. That's it. That's all you need to do about yourself. It's never about your business. People don't give a shit about your business, right? People don't give a shit about SEO, technology, and I have 10 years experience. They don't give a shit. You just need to describe, oh, are you tired of this? Would you like to have this? I can do it for you. Oh man, please tell me more about it. That's how you get people, okay? And this is exactly what makes people pay more. How do you get people to pay more? What makes people be willing to pay more? Because sometimes we came up with this excuse, oh no, people will not pay because people are broke, people are poor. In Brazil, people who walks around in bikes, they have iPhones. You know, they don't have money to eat, and they have iPhones. Why? Because it's important to them. What makes the price is the distance between the undesired state and the desired state. The bigger the transformation, the more the people will pay for it. So if someone is poor, having an iPhone is a huge increase of status. It's worth a lot more, right? So they are willing not only to pay money, but to pay with different things. That's what sometimes people will steal, even prostitute themselves. Yeah, but it happens, right?
Or even a kidney.
Yeah. So if you increase the distance, if you are able to describe their current situation, right, far away from this side, and the desired situation far away from the opposite side, like, no, the transformation is going to be huge, right? And you can say that this transformation is going to be quick, then you increase the value of your product. Like, for example, let's say that I was selling for you a tree that grows money. Let's say that this is it. I just proved to you that I have a tree that grows money. It's a real thing. It exists. And then I tell you, oh, this tree takes 1 year to make $100. 1 year, this tree makes $100. How much will you pay for this tree? Probably less than $100, right? Come on, you have to wait 1 year to get $100. It's not a huge transformation. It's not make a huge difference in your life. If you have $100 extra every year, it's not a big transformation. But then I say, look, man, this tree makes $500 in 1 month. It's better, right? This tree is worth more. Of course it's worth more because now it's $500 each month. It's a bigger difference in your life. But now if I say that this tree makes $5,000 in 1 week, you will sell everything you have to buy this tree. Because this is going to make a huge difference, unless you're rich, right? If you're Bill Gates, you will not buy this tree. But if you're like me, you will sell everything you have. You will borrow money from people. You pay whatever the guy asking for it, right? Because it's $5,000 in 1 week. So the bigger the difference, the smaller the time, the more worth your product is. And people will pay the price. People will pay the price, okay? And then we have this. Do you have an idea on why people buy? I would like to listen. Everyone please give your thoughts. Why do you think people buy your business?
Our business.
Yeah.
We are just starting it, so no one is buying yet.
But imagine that someone hired. What do you think would be the reason? What do you think they would think? Or at least not think, but feel?
What would they feel?
Yeah, what would they feel? What would be the reason? Okay, no, I will buy this guys because, I will buy this service because
Because I want more customers.
I want more customers. Okay. You don't have a business yet, right? You are a student yet, okay. You didn't introduce yourself because...
Oh yeah, I'm Paulo. I'm a software developer.
Oh, okay. Do you have a job or a business or?
I don't know what I have, but I have to work.
Okay.
Something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. So you, Steve, what do you think what's the reason why people buy your service?
Well, okay, a lot of people they don't really understand how important is their wedding day. Because they might think like what they say, they can use an iPhone to take a picture, but they don't know they are risking their most important moment by doing themselves. They should hire a professional who has experience and can get all the moments that they didn't expect.
So when they buy is because they want to
They buy
preserve
because
this.
They want memories.
They want to remember.
Precious memories.
Okay. Grace, why people hire you?
I think mainly because they want more customers, and it's a way to like build a brand, build a prestige, and showcase their work.
Great. Elias?
I think we have to differentiate like who are our customers. If our customers are companies, business, like of course the objective will be to earn more money or stuff.
Yeah.
But if the customers like you are like individuals, like they often sometimes there's more like emotion at stake.
There's one mistake that we made when we are dealing with companies, business to business, because we have the illusion that companies are rational.
Oh, no, there is also
No, they are never rational, never. There's not only a single company in this world who open rational, because who makes the decision is people, right? It's never a company. There's no Microsoft is talking to Google. No, it's a man talking with another man. They go to a dinner, right, to talk about business. It's two people, right? They are emotional. And the reason why business make deals with another business is the same thing because one person make business with another person. And I will give the answer now. For example, what do you think people or companies make? Let's rephrase. People in the companies, why they make the decision to close deals with your company?
because they feel that they can. They're not sure. Of course, there is also a part of emotion, like you say.
Uh-huh.
But they feel that with this, they can like sell more, grow bigger, and
Okay.
like
They feel that they can.
feel that it can be a better life for them.
Great. Lion, why people, you're investing business, why people invest? Where? What?
I'm not really selling anything, but the main reason why we have our partners joining us is because I think the main reason is because passive income.
Passive income.
It's another source of income. I mean, it's another added skill.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the interest, you should apply the skill to get some money. It's the same as website development. It's another set of skill. When you apply the skill, it gets you money.
Mm-hmm.
So the main reason why people want to invest with us is because they want to earn money. Simple as that.
Okay. And you, why do you think someone would hire a web designer to create a website?
Obviously, they need a website.
Mhm.
I think beneath that is because convenience.
Convenience.
Yeah, I could learn to code and make my own website and have a headache for 2 weeks, or I could pay someone to do it. So I think it's that.
Okay. So, okay, this is what which all of us think about the reasons why people hire. But there is one universal answer. That's the only answer behind every decision of buying, even business to business or customer to business, whatever. And is people buy stuff to raise their status. Raise their status, right? What changes then? The only thing that changes is for different people, their ideal of status is different. So for example, for some people, it's important to be beautiful. For other people, it's important to be sensual, sexy. For other people, it's important to appear like you're powerful. For other people, it's important to appear like you're rich. For other people, it's important to appear like you have style. For other people, it's important to appear smart, intelligent. And for other people, it's important to look happy. And it's not about it's about appearance, right? It's important. I want to look wealthy. I want to look rich. Yeah, I don't need necessarily to be rich. I would love to be rich, but for me, it's important to look rich. So anytime you see someone like this on Instagram, you will think that he's rich, right? And you know people like this. But the point is, this what is important to people, right? They will always seek for ways to increase their status, right? So you need to understand what your customers, what's important to them. This is emotional, okay? This is emotional. This is not rational. If you realize that all of you believe that your clients have rational reasons, that they come up with 1 + 1 = 2, and they don't use logic to buy from you. Logic is the final step. People always make a decision based on emotions, and then they use logic to justify their decisions. That's the point. So logic is sometimes a stop, what stops people. Because, of course, we are not doomed to be zombies and make stupid decisions on emotions. If you study, if you learn how to be self-aware, you can stop yourself from making emotional decisions. And there's a lot of people who do it, especially in big companies, okay? But that's what we need to learn. Even the highest executive of the highest company in the world, the main reason why he makes the decision is emotional. And after he makes the emotional decision, only then the man, the woman will seek for reason, right? To justify his emotions, his emotional decision. So when you're trying to sell, you need to understand your customers. Like, for example, what's important to people who create dance companies? What kind of people they are? What they value? Do they value intelligence? Do they value power? Do they value happiness? Do they value style, beauty, sensuality? Or what are they value? And then you need to show them that without your service, they are losing this specific status, right? Like, for example, I just showed you here the advertisement of Boss Bottled, right? And they are not selling perfume, they are selling manliness. So there are a lot of guys out there who really obsessed with looking like a man, you know. People who are really obsessed with this, they will buy Boss Bottled, right? So, and not only people who are obsessed with looking like a man, but also people who are obsessed with looking successful, looking rich, looking sensual, you know, because there's a man out there who really needs to be surrounded by women, you know. So, I need to be well dressed, I need to be my hair, I need to be with a good smell, everything. Because it just needs to be surrounded by girls. Ah, you're so beautiful, so handsome. Yeah. You know, it needs. There are other men who doesn't really need, even if he has a lot of women interested, but he could live without it. But so that commercial appeals to different profiles, different kind of people, and it totally works because it speaks to the emotional level, right? So, for example, beauty is an example of status. Who targets this kind of people? Maybelline, cosmetics, right? What Maybelline sells? They don't sell cosmetics. They sell beauty, right? They just show a picture of a woman, amazing woman, and Maybelline. Oh, what are they saying? Use Maybelline and you will be beautiful. That's it. They are selling beauty. Victoria's Secret, what they are selling? Sensuality. Use Victoria's Secret and you will be hot. Oliva cigar, Cuban cigars. They are selling power. Only powerful people smoke Cuban cigars, right? Rolls Royce, wealth. If you are rich, you need to show that you're rich. You need to walk in a Rolls Royce, driving by a chauffeur, right? So you have a lot of books created to people who are value the intellect. They need to appear intelligent. So they are gonna read Nietzsche. They are gonna read all these books of philosophy and stuff like this. Books about beauty, about physics and stuff, right? Because it's important to them appear like they are intelligent. And happiness. People who follow Oprah Winfrey, people who read Paulo Coelho, people who read positivity quotes, right? They are always posting pictures like smiling, happiness, writing stuff with love and peace, blah blah blah. Because it's important for them to look like they're happy all the time, even though they are not. They're not, but you always see them happy. Okay, so you need to understand what's important to your customer and speak to emotional level. Because sometimes if you are business to business, it happens a lot. You are talking to a person. This person, he has the power to make the decision, to make the money go out of the company. So you need to understand what's important to this guy, how this deal is gonna benefit him. We have this hope that people are rational, right? We always hope that people are rational, but they are not. We think, no, I'm doing this guy, and this guy is only interested in his company. He just wants to do what's best for his company. No, he's not. He wants to do what's best for him. So sometimes you try to convince yourself that your product is good for his company, right? No, my product is good for his company because it's going to raise the profits of your company. It's going to make them sell more, blah, 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 blah. And it's the wrong focus. You should instead convince that if we make this deal, you will get promoted. If we make this deal, right, it's going to work and you'll be praised by your team. It's what the guy is going to gain. Get out of it. If you are selling to a company, right, and you are not talking to the owner, it's all about the person, it's about the guy or the man, the woman. What her we're gonna make with the deal between your two companies, okay? And then we have this moment. In what moment people make the decision to buy? They make the decision to buy when they believe that the product you provide will increase their status. Right? They are all seeking to increase their status. And now you are saying that your product will increase their status. This product will make you more beautiful. This product will make you look like you're rich. This product will make you look like you're smart. Now they need to believe. When they believe, they will buy from you. Maybe they will not make the transaction, just like the example of the Ferrari or Harley Davidson, the motorcycle, right? A lot of people already bought in their minds, but they don't have the money. But it's already sold. If they won the lottery, they will buy right away, okay? But yeah, when they believe this, so they will make the sale. So you need to think. I will ask for you another question now. Same thing, starting here. Ivan, what do you think your clients or future clients, what they need to believe in order to hire you?
That I can solve their problem.
That you can solve what problem is?
An empty dance plus.
So you can make you can make them get more clients. Okay. In my case, let me give you an example. Why are you here? I sold for you this presentation, even though it's free, but you had to make an effort to stay here, right? You are dedicating the time, so it's sold. I sold to you. You are here, so you make the transaction. You made the transaction. You are here because you believed that you can learn something useful from me, right? That's it. You believed. If you didn't believe, if you are like, nah, this Davidson is full of shit, you would not have come. So it always, and maybe you come here and you go out and say, nah, I didn't learn anything, right? Maybe you'll be disappointed, but you came here because you believed that I could help you with some insight that maybe could help you to have an idea and to make your business work or grow. Oh, excellent. So you are studying, right? And you are working. So I imagine that for the future, you would like to get a better job or to get a promotion. Let's say, for example, if you are trying to apply to a better job, what the people need to believe to give you a job? What people, if let's say you apply for a job, you are being interviewed, what the guy needs to believe in order to hire you? Your working ability, that you are able to do the work. And what they need to believe in order to hire you instead of anyone else? There's many people to choose from. Why he would choose you and not anyone? What they need to believe? What he needs to believe? It's better. But well, actually, they need to believe that you are better than anyone else. It's as simple as this. You have competition, right? You have many people fighting for the same job opportunity. So the people who are responsible for hiring, they need to believe that you are the best candidate. So you need to think, okay, how can I make them believe that I'm the best option? You know, the same. If they are selling services to dance companies need to believe that, oh, if I hire these guys, I will have more students. They need to believe this. And that's the mistake we made. We decide what's good for them. And this is wrong. You probably will have the wrong idea. You need to figure out, maybe you have an idea of what is good for dance companies, and they don't agree with you. See? So that you need to understand, okay, what is important to them, what they want. Okay? So when you know what they want, you will offer what they want, and then you will make to believe that you can do this stuff. That's it. You, Steve, what they need to believe to hire you, and not anyone else.
Style and experience.
Style and experience.
Yeah, because different photographer, they have different styles. Most importantly is the customer who likes your way of taking the picture.
Mm-hmm. As for investments, Lion, why people would search your business and not any other
Basically, trust.
business in the trust?
It's because I'm not the only one doing this, but whenever I say that I'm offering free courses for investments, it sounds a bit fishy and a bit dodgy, right?
Sure.
So people say, what's the catch? There must be some strings attached. So I have to prove to them that there are really no strings attached, and the main reason is because I'm already earning money from my trades. I don't have to sell you anything else to make any extra money.
You should call it maybe to make like a non-profit organization. Is it a company or a?
It's actually we are a registered company, but all the profits gained are not really. How do I put this? It's it's a registered company, but we are partnering with our broker, our broker company, which is in Cyprus now. So whenever we have a sign up for them, the traders who registered an account with the broker company, the broker company will give us some sort of rebate. And this rebate is totally 100% from the broker itself. So we are not really taking any percentage or any money from our traders or the students that we teach. So here's the catch.
So this is something that they need to believe. They need to believe that there's no catch.
Yeah.
And this is what need to work. Yeah, it's one good example, right? He wants people to go through the training, which is free, because if they have this training, if they know how to make the investments, so they can enter the business. It makes total sense, right? It's education. But then they need to believe that there's no catch, right?
That's why we do preview sessions.
Cool.
To sometimes for the first, the people who haven't joined, they are also allowed to join in one of our classes because at the end it's free.
Mm-hmm.
So our prospects, they can bring their friends or family members over to our classes to have a look and to learn on the spot if they want to. So our classes will be held like sometimes in KL, Penang, Johor, Malacca. So whenever we hold the classes, everybody can come.
Cool.
Strangers outside can just come and cook, it's fine.
Mhm.
Cool. As long as we are doing this for free, so it's already proven to them that there are no strings attached. You can come in and learn. I'll teach you. No matter you are a registered member or you're not a registered member, I'll still teach you. It's for everyone.
Great. And you, what do you think people need to believe to hire you instead of any other web designer?
They get what they want.
You can get what they want. Perfect, brilliant. That's right, you can get what they want. And I learned something because I have a technical background in IT. I learned that one mistake people in IT do is when they ask, hey, John, do you think we can do something like this? And then you say, oh yeah, if you use the technology Hyper-V integrated with the SHISMET flows, and then you make a connection to the cloud, and then make, and then in the end the people is like, yes or no, you know. So the only answer that people want is, yeah, sure, I can do it. Maybe take some time, but yeah, it's possible. Or maybe, no, it's not possible. Or, I'm not sure, I will make a research here and then I give you an answer. That's it. That's the only 3 answers that you should give. And yeah, your answer is brilliant. People will hire you instead of anyone else because they believe you can do what they want. That's it. Because that you know that in design, there's a lot of people who refuse to do what the client wants. Right? They just know, man, this is the right way. You cannot put green with a red background. You say, well, if he wants, he will have, right? I did in the past working with a customer. They had a solar energy company, and they had a really good product. Basically it was like this. Instead of buying the solar system, right? You could just rent. So you would have the solar equipment for free, right? And you would pay based on your savings. So results were like this. You would invest nothing and you will pay a smaller electricity bill guaranteed. That's it. It's a real big deal. It's an awesome deal, right? You pay nothing, and from the starting on the first month, you pay a smaller electricity bill guaranteed in contract. So you may think, well, we just need to announce this and everyone's going to buy. Wrong, because who's going to believe this, right? It's too good to be true. And other thing, people don't understand solar energy. What was their strategy? When I arrived there, they had a blog and they were sharing news about, oh, electricity bill is going to rise. It's going to be more expensive. And in their minds, right, people would be like this, oh, if people realize that electricity bill is going to be more expensive, so they will want to have solar energy. Lie. People are not making decisions because of logic, right? So I said, look, man, nobody's going to buy solar energy if they cannot brag about it. and they don't even know how solar light is converted into electricity. They need to be able to explain to these neighbors, hey dude, look, my new solar energy, it's crazy, look how it works, and I'm saving money because the legislation and blah, 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 blah. They need to know this stuff. They need to have stuff to talk, to brag about, right? If they are completely ignorant on the subject, they will not buy. So what we started to do, we updated the blog and then started to share articles. 8 good reasons to use solar energy. How the solar light is converted into electricity. The story of solar energy. Meet 10 houses who were really beautiful with solar energy, with solar panels. The story of the first solar plane traveling around the world. Blah 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 blah. So, what's the purpose? To educate people, to make people understand how solar energy worked, the legislation in Brazil, the laws, how they could use, everything, educating. And then after 1.5 months of education process, then we released the offer. Oh, use solar energy without buying the solar panels. And it was like crazy. People were like crazy. We got 400 leads in a couple of hours. And then the guy called me, Davidson, please shut down the campaign because we don't have enough people to handle all of this. And I shut down the campaign. I stopped it to promote it. Because it works, right? But why it works? It works because at that moment, we have people who understood solar energy. So you could sell them, right? You could sell. They were ready to be sold. You cannot sell to people who are not ready to be sold. It's just like proposing to a girl you just met. It's not going to work, right? You first need to introduce, you offer to pay a drink, then you can talk, then you show that you have something to talk, that you're not a moron, right? Then yeah, guy's funny, blah, 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 blah. And then you get the phone number, then you have a coffee, you have a date, blah, 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 you know, and things are gonna change until there is the proper moment. Okay, now she's ready. Will you marry me? Right? That's the point. If you propose any moment before, she's gonna run away, right? So there is the proper moment for everything. That's the proper moment to offer a drink, to ask for a date, to ask for the phone number, to give a kiss, to give a hug, to everything. That's the proper moment. The ring. Yeah. So, and how can we educate people? Well, today is the best age of all to do this because you can have a blog. You don't even need to create a blog. Sometimes we complicate it too much. Oh no, I need to hire a server, to buy a domain, to install WordPress. Go on medium.com. In 5 minutes, you don't need to choose a password. Just create an account, authenticate with Facebook, and ready. You're ready to start your blog, okay? And then you share on Facebook. You create a Facebook page. You have a Medium blog, a Facebook page. Google Plus page is important because it's Google. Google Plus is shit, but Google put Google Plus content on top of searching, right? You guys know this. And yeah.
For those who want to access to medium.com, just change your DNS server to Google public DNS.
Oh yeah.
Because Malaysian government has banned medium.com for saying bad stuff about our beloved Prime Minister.
Yeah. You can,
Just Google public DNS works.
And then you can create videos, publish on YouTube and Snapchat, which is awesome because you can use it to create real quick stuff like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, right? Like for example, Steve, boom, create a YouTube channel like recording his work. Like this is how I work, this is my equipment, and real-time footage of your working. Because people like to do it. They really love to understand how things are made. I don't really know what's the routine of photographer. I never know. What happens when you get an order? How it's a preparation? If you could document it, people are really interested about it. Images, Instagram, Pinterest. You can write an ebook. It's for free. You can write an ebook on Amazon. Sharing just published her first ebook on Amazon 2 days ago. And you don't have to be approved or anything. You just need to create something that's not complete cheat. That's it. But you don't need to pay anything. Create a newsletter, an email, and do presentations, just like I'm doing right now. Do presentations. You all have something to teach, right? Do you think if you decide to create an event on how to teach photography to young people, right? You can do it. You create an authority, because the moment you say that you teach something, people already look at you like you know the shit. It's automatic. Well, if he's teaching, he must know it. So it's instant. Of course, you can screw this up if you don't know the stuff. If you are bad teach, people will learn that you are bad. But when you just show up and say, hey, I'm teacher, I'm marketing teacher, people believe you. Why they would not believe you, right? So all you have to do is to create events, right? Create an event. Okay, you guys, I'm going to you can be in presence, like physical, like I'm doing now, or it can be a webinar, or maybe Facebook Live, or Periscope, these live videos platforms. And that's it. So you educate your audience so they have enough knowledge to understand that they need to hire to have your service. And now advertising, that I say that is what a lot of people think, that marketing is only advertising, but no, it's just a part. Only after you have all this knowledge about your audience, who they are, what's important to them, okay, what they need to believe in order to hire from me. Only after all of this, then you can create your advertisement, right? And an advertisement has 3 components. It's a message, has an audience, and has a media, right? Audience, message, audience, and media. So you can choose the right message, but if you talk to the wrong audience, it's not going to work. You can choose the right message, the right audience, but then you use the wrong media. It's not going to work, right? Like creating, I don't know, promoting a webinar on television. It's not going to work. You need to promote a webinar on Facebook, on Google, on Twitter, right? Because it's a webinar, it's on internet. And how do you do this? How do you do an advertisement? An advertisement will do a combination of these 4 elements. Number 1, identify the undesirable state, right? So in your case, people, are you struggling to get new customers to your dancing company? Oh yeah, I am. This is your identify the desirable. Are you worried about the pictures of your wedding, or I don't know, present something. Would you like to make more money to your future? Or are you worried about what you're gonna left to your kids and as an inheritance? Okay. For companies, websites, are you struggling to get customers and you don't have a website yet, or you don't like your website, right? Or movies, or films. I don't know, I don't really know. But yes, you present an undesirable state. And then you identify the transformation. What can you do? Would you like to have your company full of students, right? Would you like to rest comfortable knowing that the future of your children are guaranteed, right? It's desirable state, it's peace of mind. Would you like to be proud of showing to other people the web page of your business, right? It's a desirable state. Identify the duration. How long it's going to take? It's important. How long it's going to take? One of the most famous piece of advertisement was the first advertisement of Domino's Pizza. The advertisement was on the yellow pages, and it was fresh, hot pizza delivered it at your house in 30 minutes guaranteed. So today, everyone do this. You need to deliver the pizza in 30 minutes, otherwise you don't pay. But it's really small objective. They are telling exactly what they give to you. Would you like to have hot, warm pizza delivered at your house in 30 minutes? So it's defined. There is no doubt, right? There's no questions to be made. It's answered all the questions. And they even have the fourth element, which address objections. It's important. If you can, like in this Domino's Pizza, they address the objection at the end with the word guaranteed. That's it, guaranteed. Because maybe people would think, well, but how are they going to deliver here in 30 minutes? But then it's guaranteed. Oh, so if he don't deliver in 30 minutes, I don't pay. Great, right? They address the objection. So that's it.
So it's something like cancelling out the customer's fear.
Yes. Fear. Fear is it's a basic emotion. Really, really basic, deep-rooted in ourselves. That's the reason why we make decisions. It's here. So yeah, they only need for reasons to give money. Give them the reasons, right? Be awesome. Under promise, over deliver, right? And always try to offer new stuff, right? And let's see.